impressions of the city?
Well, I think it's very similar to Portugal. The weather's a little bit better at this time, which is a bit unusual.
Lots
We're
of
the country
construction.
that, it reminds us of Portugal a couple of years ago, with the European community, all this development. And I think we have a very special connection with Romanian, people and audience, and also the way that they, feel and live their lives. And I think we reflect that a lot in our own culture. And it's always a pleasure to be here, to be able to play classic songs and be with the people. It's only our second time we've ever been to Romania, so it took us Moonspell a long time to be actually playing in these areas in the world. So it took a big effort. We always knew there were fans here, but until the first opportunity we had to play here was only like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago, to be sure. Lots of traffic as well.
Yeah.
Smog pollution, good.
Indeed. Let's talk about your new album, Night Eternal. So far I did not read any bad review. Everything was very good. And
Good.
what inspired you in general, or especially for writing this album?
I mean, I think what inspires is always, to bring something original, to bring something with quality, to challenge ourselves, not to repeat ourselves, to challenge, because we're coming from a very successful album, Memorial, and it wouldn't be on the Moonspell nature, to play safe. So we tried to bring more emotional songwriting this time. We tried to make songs that would stand by themselves as well, regardless of the context of the album. I think that's what Night Eternal is about. It's every song. It has to twist 1, 2, 3 times inside you, but what people tell us is like a web. It gets you, and you don't leave. I believe I like it. I don't know.
No, all the composition was the accumulation of everything we've been through with the band, and also everything we've been on the road, especially Ricardo and Pedro. They always have like some new riffs that they record, and that somehow we listen, and that reminds us, even that at the last minute we have to record it. It's always been in our presence, for like at least a year. And we just listen to it in like far away, even if it were like in backstage or like the rehearsal room, and that like brings something very special. And when you know that it's the moment to record the album, then that's when you give like your most, and that's what makes it special. You can't always have everything so much prepared and so much square. You have to let a little bit of magic let go.
Did you expect such an overwhelming reaction somehow?
I don't. With every album, I think this is our 8th album.
Yeah, full length. Yeah.
Full-length album. So everything's been a new experience, and I think what we've been always trying as a band is to get to the most refined state that we can, and have the best elements of every album that we've had in the past. Of course, it's changing producers, changing also the years that go by and aging. You start to see things and look upon things in a different view. So I think that has treasured us in a certain way, and we've, I think, gone into the future, keeping always our roots, but always, going somewhere into the unknown, and sometimes even surprising ourselves. And I think if that doesn't continue to happen, then there's no sense of making music.
The reaction is something that always comes after, So.
It should come after.
Yeah, it should come after. It's never an issue in our minds because people respond so differently to our records that we cannot, even if we wanted to, we cannot predict a reaction. We just like to think good music brings good reaction. I know it's not like this nowadays. There's a lot of marketing and hype involved, but not with Moonspell. I mean, if people like us, why should they like us? If they like us because of our music, and they like us because we keep it true and interesting. That's at least what we try.
Just a few days ago, you released a video to Scorpion Flower. What's the song about?
The song is about, it's a metaphor for fury and beauty. That's why it combines 2 words that are quite opposite, the scorpion and the flower. There's this little story that really inspired me to write this song. which is the story of the scorpion and the frog. It's a very ancient folk story, European, that there is a river and the scorpion wants to cross the river, and he asks for a ride to a frog. And then the frog, she's really suspicious about the scorpion because it's an evil animal. So, but eventually the scorpion jumps in the back of the frog. The frog goes to the other side with the scorpion, and then when the scorpion is coming out of the frog, the scorpion stings the frog, and she dies. And while she dies, she says, "Why have you done that? I helped you." And I said, "I did that because I'm a scorpion, and it's in my nature." So the song is a little bit about this violence in our nature in a way, and it's about, and the video as well, about a cult that only women are allowed in a way. It's a peep into the secret world of women that I'm very curious about.
I see. The lyrics of Moonspell are full of poetic magic, like this song. Did you ever think about doing something audio visual, like a concept album, and making a movie based upon the songs or something?
Well, that crosses our mind, but it's very hard to tell. I mean, we did something with the Antidote, with the Peugeot, with a writer. We did like a multimedia track, the Moonspell soundtrack, and these texts animated. Yeah, we're always open to new projects. So let's see what happens. It's very hard with the movie.
Maybe Hollywood will discover Moonspell. You never know.
We're too underground.
It would be nice.
Okay, thanks a lot. So
No problem.
I wish you a nice evening and a very successful show tomorrow.
It will be the best for sure.
See you there.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.